Hi there. I'm, Elijah. You know, the prophet guy from way back when. Boy, do I have a story to tell you. It all started during this terrible drought. I mean, everything was so dry you could fry an egg on a rock. The land was cracked, the rivers were empty, and the plants looked like they needed a really long drink. Even the cacti were complaining about the heat. Now, there was this king named Ahab and his wife Jezebel. Let's just say they weren't big fans of mine. They were all about worshiping this false god called Baal. Talk about a management issue. These Baal worshippers were everywhere, doing crazy dances and rituals trying to make it rain. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. So, God told me to hide out by this little brook called Cherith. And get this, he sent ravens to bring me food. I never thought I'd say this, but those birds were the best waiters I've ever had. But then, the brook dried up. Even my little oasis couldn't escape the drought. That's when God sent me to this widow in Zarephath. She was down to her last bit of flour and oil.
I'm making one last meal for my son and me, then we'll die.
I know, pretty grim, right? But I had a feeling that God had a secret plan. Don't worry. If you share with me, your flour and oil won't run out until it rains again. And wouldn't you know it? That flour jar and oil jug became the original bottomless snack bowl. We had enough for pancakes, pies, and even a flour fight or two. It was like a never-ending baking bonanza. But our flour-filled adventure was just the beginning. Next up, a showdown on Mount Carmel that would really heat things up.
My son, he's gone!
Talk about a plot twist. It was like God was saying, "You ain't seen nothing yet, folks." All right, fellas, let's see whose God can light a fire.
O Baal, answer us.
When it was my turn, I decided to make it interesting. I drenched everything in water. I mean, if we're gonna trust God for a miracle, let's trust him for a big one, right?
The Lord, He is God.
It was like the ultimate barbecue, courtesy of the Almighty.
I see a cloud as small as a man's hand rising from the sea.
That tiny cloud grew and grew, and boy did it rain. It was like God turned on a celestial fire hose. The drought was over, but my adventures weren't. Queen Jezebel wasn't too happy with me. I got scared and ran away into the wilderness. I felt so alone. But God spoke to me in a gentle whisper, reminding me that I wasn't alone after all. He told me about new tasks, and even about my successor, a guy named Elisha. Well, looking back, I realized something important. Even when I felt alone, God was always there. Through ravens, widows, fire, and rain, He was guiding me every step of the way. And so remember, no matter how dry things seem, there's always hope for a little rain in your life. If you believe that God still does miracles today, then like this video and subscribe for more Bible stories brought to life.